Hello students, today we are going to discuss projectile motion again, and this is lecture 2 for the projectile motion. So whatever we have discussed till date based on the projectile motion and also about the vectors, we are going to combine all of them and we will try to see some new concepts coming up in this chapter. So moving ahead with projectile motion. And towards the end, I am going to derive the formulas for time t equal to 2u sin theta by g, h equal to u square sin square theta by 2g, and also the formula for range, that is u square sin 2 theta by g. That is because some students requested me to derive all those things, so that I will do towards the end. But in the very beginning, we are going to see some the combinations of projectile motion concept and the concepts based on vectors. So I am going to combine both of them. So let us try to start, or let us try to see what is happening here when we combine the projectile motion along with vectors. Okay, so let us say this is your projectile motion, this one, and this is the velocity or the initial velocity u, which makes an angle of theta. Okay. Let us say when the projectile reaches over here, it has a new velocity called v, and in order to find the new velocity v, I have to rely on its two components, the vx component and the vy component. And from our previous knowledge, we know that vx will remain as ux, and that is equal to your u cos theta, because initial velocity along this line will be equal to u cos theta, and this component will be equal to u sin theta. Okay, that's the initial velocity along x direction, and this is the initial velocity along y direction. What about your vy? Your vy will be equal to your uy plus ay multiplied by t, and we know that uy is u sin theta and ay is minus of g multiplied by t. Now let's try to write this in the vector form. In the vector form, I can write v as vx I cap plus vy j cap. Correct? And my initial velocity u was equal to ux I cap plus uy j cap. Suppose let us say that I want to know what is the angle between this velocity and this velocity. Now you may not be able to understand this with that diagram, so let us draw another diagram over here. Now this is my initial velocity direction, okay, that is the u. Now let us say extrapolate this u in this direction. So the u is pointing along this direction. What about the v? V is in this direction. So let us extrapolate this backward. Now you can see here that this v line and this u line make some angle, and let me call that angle as alpha. Okay, so that angle I am referring as alpha. So I am looking for this angle called alpha between the initial velocity and the velocity after some time t. This is after time t. After time t. How we are going to find the angle between these two vectors? The answer lies in the concept of dot product. If you remember the concept of dot product concept says that a dot b is equal to a b cos theta, where theta is the angle between a and b. So if I use this formula over here, I have to write u dot v equals to mod of u mod of v multiplied by cos. What is the angle now? Angle is alpha. So how we are going to find the cos alpha? Cos alpha I can find as u dot v divided by u multiplied by v, the modulus of u and v. Now let's put the values of whatever we have obtained here. That is equal to, now what is u? u is equal to u cos theta. And what is the direction of u cos theta? U cos theta is pointing along I cap. So this is my I cap. What about Vy? Vy is pointing along, this is my Vy, so Vy is pointing along j cap. Okay, so I'm going to put the values over here. U dot V. What is U? U is U cos theta I cap dot. Then U sin theta minus GT j cap. Divided by I'm so sorry. First we have to write U. Okay. First we have to write U. What is U? U is U cos theta I cap plus U sin theta j cap. This is my U. And then we will write V. What is V? V will be equal to Vx, as I wrote here, Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. What is Vx? Vx is equal to U cos theta I cap plus, now what is Vy? Vy is U sin theta minus gt. U sin theta minus gt j cap. Okay? Now look at here. Look, watch this very carefully. U has two components, U cos theta and U sin theta. So U cos theta I cap plus U sin theta j cap. In V, this term is Vx. Now, as I told you, Vx will always remains as Ux. There is no change happening there. So the Vx will remain as Ux. So that is equal to U cos theta I cap, because in the x direction the velocity does not change. What about the Vy? The Vy over here. The Vy we have written as Uy plus Ayt equals to U sin theta minus gt. So this is my V along y direction after time t. So initial velocity along x, final initial velocity along y. That makes my U. Final velocity along x, good thing is it remains same, and final velocity along y. So if you have understood this you can automatically understand. Vx I cap plus Vy j cap and Ux I cap plus Uy j cap. So this is Ux I cap, Uy j cap over here. This is Vx I cap, Vx I cap and Vy j cap. This is your Vy j cap. Now we are going to take a dot product between them. How to take a dot product between them? So cos alpha equals to U. U is U cos theta I cap plus U sin theta j cap dot. V. What is V? Start from here. V is U cos theta I cap plus U sin theta minus gt, put a bracket here, j cap, and then put another bracket to close the first bracket. And whole thing will be equal to modulus of U and modulus of V. What is modulus of U? Modulus of U will be equal to root over of Ux square plus Uy square, and modulus of V will be equal to Vx square plus Vy square. Okay, and then we can now find the value of cos alpha. So this is the way we can find the value of cos alpha. Don't get panic, it will not look this big. Okay, when you start with data, which I'm going to do now, it will not look so big over here. Now let's try to find out here. So we will do a question based on this. So say that you are projecting a velocity u with a speed of 20 meter per second, and let us say you are projecting, that's my favorite angle, let us say I am projecting at an angle of 37 degrees. So what is my ux? Let us try to find here. Ux will be equal to u cos theta, and that is equal to 20 into cos 37. Cos 37 is 4 by 5, and that is equal to 5 4 is 20, 4 4 is 16, so 16 meter per second. Okay. What about your uy? Uy will be is equal to u sin theta, that is equal to 20 sin 37 and that is equal to 20. Sin 37 is 3 by 5 and that is equal to 4. 4 is 12, so it is 12 meter per second. Let us try to find Vx. Now Vx will remain as Ux and that will be equal to 16 meter per second. What about your Vy? Vy will be equal to u sin theta minus gt, and that is equal to, what is u sin theta? U sin theta we have already found. U sin theta is equal to 12. 12 minus g, g is 10. Multiply by time. Now let us say after time t equal to 1 second, I want to find the angle between the two vectors. So my time is 1 second. So 12 minus 10 is how much? 12 minus 10 is 2. So 2 meter per second. That is my Vy. Now let's go over here. I hope you have noted down this part over here. If you have not, please pause the video and note down this logic of finding the angle between two vectors. Pause now and take a note. Okay, so now what we are going to do now, we are going to put these values over there. Okay, and let us try to see what is happening here now. So cos alpha will be equal to u dot v. U dot v. Now what is u? U is u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta j cap dot Vx I cap plus Vy j cap divided by mod of u and mod of v. Bad way to write. Mod of u and mod of v. Alright. Now let's put the data over here. What is u? What is u cos theta? 16. Uy is 12. So this is 16 I cap plus 12 j cap dot Vx. Vx is still 16. So 16 I cap plus Vy. What is Vy? Vy is 2 j cap. So this is your 2 j cap divided by. What is the mod of u and mod of v? This is v, this is u. So mod of u will be equal to, as I told you, 16 square plus 12 square multiplied by root over of 16 square plus 2 square. It is the mod of v. So mod of u and mod of v. And now this, from beyond this, you know it, how to do it. Okay, so it's dot product, so 16 into 16 and 12 into 12, 12 into 2. So you will get 16 into 16 plus 12 into 2 divided by root over of 16 square plus 12 square and root over of 16 square plus 2 square. And then when you simplify, you will get the value of cos alpha and then you can find the value of alpha. If it is a standard value, you can write away, you will get to know the answer. If it is not standard value, you have to take a scientific calculator, or you can leave the answer as alpha equal to cos inverse of so and so. So this is the logic of finding the angle between two vectors, two velocity vectors u and v, using this logic. Okay. So to sum up, what we are supposed to do, whenever they ask you to find the angle between two vectors, two velocity vectors after some time, then you find the initial velocity and then you find the final velocity. Okay. Write the initial velocity in terms of its I cap and j cap, and write the final velocity in terms of I cap and j cap, and then you take a dot product and use this formula to get the angle between the two vectors. Okay. Not only this, we can also find the angle between the velocity vector and let us say acceleration vector also. So let us start with the example again. Say that after some time t, this is my velocity v, which has its two components, that is your vx and vy. Okay, and I can write v as vx I cap plus vy j cap, and that is equal to u cos theta I cap, because the velocity along x does not change, and vy you can write as u sin theta minus gt j cap. Now at this instant when the body is here, what is the only acceleration happening? The only acceleration happening is minus of g. So if I have to write the acceleration vector, I will write the acceleration vector as ax I cap plus ay j cap. This is how I will write. Now what is ax? 0 I cap plus minus g j cap. That means it is only minus g j cap as my acceleration. Now suppose I want to know what is the angle between the velocity vector and the acceleration vector. This angle. Let me call this angle as eta. Okay, I want to know this angle eta. So the logic is still same. Still velocity is a vector and acceleration is a vector. So if I have to find the angle between them, I will again use the logic of v dot a is equal to mod of v mod of a divided sorry cos eta. So what is cos eta? Cos eta will be equal to v dot a divided by mod of v and mod of a. And this is how we can find the angle between the velocity vector and the acceleration vector also. Okay. So after any time t, we have to just find what is the value of velocity that is coming from here, and acceleration has no headache in it because acceleration one component is 0 and one component remains constant, that is equal to minus of g. Okay. Similarly, you take a dot product and then we can move ahead. Okay. In one of the year, they asked a question in one of the year of IIT exam. They asked a question like this, that you have an initial velocity of a projectile given to you at an angle of theta. So the question is, after how much time the velocity, the final velocity after that time will become perpendicular to the initial velocity. Okay. So I don't know. So but I know one thing, that if my initial velocity is u and final velocity is v, and as per the question the angle between them becomes 90 degrees, that means the dot product between them must be equal to 0, because when two vectors are having when two vectors are perpendicular to each other, the dot product becomes 0. So that is the whole idea over here, that u dot v must be equal to 0. So now what is u? Now let us say write u. U is u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta j cap. Dot v. What is v? V has the first component will remain as u cos theta plus u sin theta minus gt j cap. Correct? And this must be equal to, this dot product must be equal to 0. So now let's do the dot product here. I dot I. So that becomes u square cos square theta. Okay? And then that's done. So u sin theta with this. So this becomes u sin theta, that becomes your u square sin square theta. And then we will do this one, u sin theta with the gt, and that is equal to minus u sin theta multiplied by g times of t, and that must be equal to 0. Okay. So the first product is this, and the second is this with this, and the third is this with gt. So u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta is u square minus u sin theta into gt. That must be equal to 0. So one of the u will get cancelled out. So or you can write like this: u square equal to u sin theta multiplied by gt. So one of the u gets cancelled out. So what is t? T is equal to u sin theta divided by g. I'm so sorry. U divided by g sin theta. So after this much of time, the angle between the initial velocity and the velocity after this much of time, both will make an angle of 90 degrees. See, the concept was not too big. If you see, this is the IIT solution for a particular question, but you need to know the idea. What is the idea over here? Okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just sum up, because there are so many angles which I have taught in the previous class and in this class. There are so many angles which I have taught you. Now I'll just give a very quick recap on all those angles so far, whatever we have seen, and the method of finding those angles. Okay. if you want to know what is the angle made by the velocity with the horizontal, remember this angle? I call that angle as beta. So to find this angle beta which is made with the horizontal, that means how inclined is the velocity. Okay, how inclined is the velocity, this angle with the horizontal. To do that, you have to rely on this formula of tan beta. Tan beta will be equal to perpendicular by base. So you have to read the question carefully, you have to understand what is this question all about. Okay, and Vy you can write as u sin theta minus gt divided by u cos theta, where this is your initial velocity u and which makes an angle of theta. That is first thing. Second thing which I taught you was the angle made by the position vector. So suppose if the body is here and this is my position vector r. So in order to find this angle I called as gamma. Okay. So you have to find this y and this as x. So tan gamma will be equal to y divided by x. Okay. Just now what I have taught is the angle between two vectors, not with the horizontal, but with two vectors. Those two vectors can be two velocity vectors, those two vectors can be an acceleration vector or a velocity vector. Okay. So what I have just taught is if this is my u vector and this is my v vector, then you extrapolate them, then it makes some angle over here, and I refer that angle as eta, and it is this angle which we are between two velocity vector I choose the angle as alpha, so I can find alpha using dot product. Okay, so when they are asking you to find the velocity between two vectors, the answer is dot product. Rely on the dot product. Okay. Now very quickly I am going to derive the formula for h, maximum height, time of flight, and also the range. In order to do all these things, you have to first ensure that you know the concepts of coordinate system. For example, what is the coordinate system over here? In the coordinate system, this is called origin, 0, 0. What about this? It has a y coordinate of 0 because it has come back to the ground, so there is no y displacement at this point. But it has covered a distance along x direction, so let me call that as range. The x distance is equal to range. What about the coordinate system over here? This has gone a y, and that is the maximum value, and that maximum value of y we called as h. So it has a y coordinate of h. Plus this happens at the half of the range. Remember, this happens at half of the range. So the value of x here is r by 2. So I will write the coordinate here as r by 2. So this point has a coordinate of r by 2 comma h. This point has a coordinate of r comma 0, and this point has a coordinate of 0 comma 0. First we are going to find the time of flight, and that we are going to do very quickly. Now we know that y coordinate system, if you remember the formula of s equal to ut plus half at square formula, if I have to write this in terms of y, then y is equal to, if I am using y, I have to use y velocity in the initial direction. So that is equal to u sin theta, because this is my initial velocity u, which makes an angle theta. So this component is u sin theta, and this component is u cos theta. So u sin theta into t minus acceleration along y direction is g minus g, so t square. Hope this is clear to you. Now if you have to find time, you put the value of y as 0. Why I am looking for y equal to 0? Because a displacement along y direction has become 0 when the body has reached back to the earth. Correct? The value of y has become 0. So if you put y equal to 0, you will find that this will become very easy to derive. And that is equal to u sin theta t equals to half g t square, and one of the t gets cancelled out, and so you will get t. Okay, this is one way. Okay, but there is one more way over here, and I want to discuss in that. So I can take t common, correct? If I take t common, I can write this as u sin theta minus half times of g into t, and that must be equal to 0. Same thing. Here you can get the answer in two ways. I'm sorry, there are not two ways. There are two logics over here. The product of time and the product in the bracket. Sorry, the product of time with this term in the bracket, when this and this gets multiplied, it should give you 0. It means two things. Either t is 0 or this is 0, because when you multiply two things and if it is 0, I'm talking about the simple multiplication. If you multiply two terms and if it is 0, that means one of them has to become 0. So if I consider t equals to 0, t equal to 0 just at the beginning. Now if you see just at the beginning, what is the y coordinate? Y coordinate is 0, correct? So if I put t equal to 0, that is not going to fetch me any result, because that is happening. The y value is, remember we have started with y value as 0. So y value is 0 at the very beginning. So y is equal to 0 at time t equal to 0. But it can be 0 again when this term becomes 0. So if u sine theta minus half gt, if it is equal to 0, I will get this from here as t equals to 2u sine theta divided by g. And this is nothing but we refer as time of flight. Okay? So this is part 1, time of flight formula. How will you find the range? In the same time t, the body has traveled a distance of r. The body has traveled a distance of r. But along which direction? Along x direction. So I will write again the same formula, s equal to ut plus half a t square along x. So if I have to write this along x, I will write s as x, u as u cos theta multiplied by t, because initial velocity along x direction is u cos theta. And this term will become 0 since ax is equal to 0. If I have to find r, remember I have to put the time as capital T, and that is equal to u cos theta into u sin theta divided by g. When you put the value of time as 2u sin theta, 2u sin theta divided by g. Okay? And then you can simplify beyond this, but I don't like that formula. What the formula which I like is u cos theta you can write as ux and u sin theta you can write as uy. I like this formula. Or if you consider this one will be equal to 2u square cos theta into sin theta divided by g. And if you use a trigonometric formula which says 2 cos theta into sin theta, 2 cos theta into sin theta is sin 2 theta, then you can write the answer as u square sin 2 theta divided by g. Second part. Third part. How are we? Okay, just make a note of this. Pause the video and take a note of this. Now let's go to the third part. In the third part, I have to find the h. The best and the shortest way is this: v square minus u square equal to 2 of as. Remember this formula of kinematics? Now write the same formula as vy square minus uy square is equal to 2ay multiplied by 1. What is happening at the maximum point? At the maximum point, as I have told earlier, at the maximum point the velocity becomes 0. So at the maximum height, as the body starts moving, at this point, it has only the vx, which is equal to ux, and the vy, which becomes 0. At the maximum height, velocity is 0. That is the reason why it is turning back. Would have not been this 0, it would have continued to go up. Now since it has attained the maximum height, it is bound to come back. That means it cannot go beyond that. Why it is not able to go beyond that? Because the velocity has become 0. So you right here put this as 0 equals to u sin theta square equals to 2 of minus g, and the y has now become h. Done. Minus minus gets cancelled out. H will be is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. Please check. Okay? This is the best way and the easiest way to derive the maximum height formula. Okay? So with this, okay, I just want to highlight on this u square sin, because there are some questions which they have asked on this area also. So please take a note of this, and I will by the that time you can pause the video. If you see this range formula, the range formula is u square sin 2 theta by g. Now I can say the sin 2 theta formula I can write as 2u square sin theta cos theta divided by g, because the formula of sin 2 theta from trigonometry says that it is equal to 2 sin theta into cos theta. So you can see here in the range formula you are having a product. a product of sin theta and cos theta. Now look at here. It's a product, sin theta and cos theta. Sin 0 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Sin 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is equal to 1 by root 2. Sin 60 is equal to root 3 by 2. Cos 60 is equal to half. Sin 90 is equal to 1. Cos 90 is equal to 0. Okay? Now consider this. I have a projectile which is projected at an angle of theta which is equal to 30 degree. What is the x component? U cos 30 and uy will be equal to u sin 30. I have another projectile which is projected at an angle of 60 degree. So what is my ux? U cos 60 and uy will be equal to u sin 60. So when I find the range in this case, if I use the formula of range in this case, I will end up with cos 60 and sin 60, cos 60 and sin 60. Okay. If I use this condition to find the range, I will end up in this product as sin 30 and cos 30, sin 30 and cos 30, correct? Right? Look at here. If you multiply sin 60 and cos 30, look at this product. I'm so sorry. If you multiply here sin 60 and cos 60, sin 60 and cos 60 product is, what is the product here? Root 3 by 2 into half. And if I multiply sin 30 and cos 30, what is the product? Product is again half into root 3 by 2. So what has happened here? The product here and the product here are same. The product here and the product here are same. What does it mean? It means that the range with 30 degree and the range with 60 degree will be same. Agree or not? The range with 30 degree and the range with 60 degree, provided the velocity here and the velocity here remains same. So at 30 and at 60 the range will be same, because in the formula is sin theta cos theta. So sin 30 cos 30 or sin 60 and cos 60 will give you the same product. That means I can make a conclusion over here, and the conclusion is this, that the range is always same provided the velocity is same, initial velocity is same. The range is always same if the projected angle is 30, if the projected angle is theta or 90 minus theta. So that means I will get the same range if my theta is 30 and 90 minus 30. Or you can say 37 degree or 53 degree. I will get the same range. Or theta equal to, let us say, 15 degree, or theta is equal to 75 degree. All this will give you the same range. 30, 60 will give you the same range. 37, 53 will get the same range. 59, 75 will give you the same range. That means for theta and 90 minus theta, the range is same. Provided, make a note, provided the initial velocity is same. Okay. With this, I end my lecture. Thank you for watching.